What's up, guys? You're here with Jesse from Team Judgment, and today I'm coming at you guys with my zombie Lightsworn deck profile. Just a few things before I get started. I am planning on doing a pure Lightsworn deck. That's my personal favorite, so I'm going to do one of those. But the zombie sworn seems to be like the more competitive, the most competitive you can have, also while having a fun deck as Lightsworn can get. So I'm going to do this deck, and you know, Lisa Minerva is always good. Fun deck. Minerva being $1,000+ card, $500 for the super, I guess. This reprint is amazing. Unfortunately, grass is at 1, so let's go into our grassless zombie sworn deck. We've got our triple Raiden, our triple wolf for our Lightsworn Brigade. Very sad, 2 members of Lightsworn. But I guess these are the best 2 members to get the job done. We've got the zombie aspect, which is the triple solitaire, the triple Mizuki. These are the best 6 zombie cards, I would say, of all time. I guess best 10 zombie cards of all time. Not really, but probably, actually, I would say. I'm just going to say it. Best 10 zombie cards engine you could run of all time. Fairy Tale Snow makes this card stupid, by the way. You just banish it, and then you pop a card, as well as put something face down. And if you banish this card as well, you get to summon this back to the field, and just have more ranked 4 spam, more rank 4 spam, or more synchro action, because you brought back the Spirit Master. We've got the best card of the deck, Fairy Tale Snow. Unfortunately, I was hoping, I was checking back before the Battle Legend list was fully revealed, hoping that she would be in it as an Ultra or a Secret. Nope. She's a Astro Pack, OTS Pack Super. And I'm going to have to deal with that, I guess. But I was really hoping she would be a Battle Legend reprint. But what can you do? Moving on to our rank 4 enablers, we got the double Photon Thrasher. I was hoping he would be in it too, actually, because he would have been a nice Ultra to have, because Ultimate Rares are expensive. Well, they were expensive, and I don't feel like getting them now. But we've got the one Goblinberg. Probably the best ratio that I've seen. Probably you could do 1-1, or probably just 1-1 or 2-1. The Goblinberg, I'd rather see this opening than this, but it helps in some instances. If you open the Reinforcement of the Army and you absolutely have to have this card, you can search it out with that. But I really like the Thrasher because it gives you more options of what to go into. You're limited. You're out of a option to go into Tsukiyomi if you happen to have this card in your opening hand. But you can do other things too, like make a level 8 synchro, rank 4 spam, and all that stuff. But I guess another takeaway from the Goblinberg is if he gets negated, there goes a normal summon. Thrasher is a special summon, so he's the better of the 2, I would say. We've got the one Trick Clown, basically your 4th wolf, mill him, or send him off a Brilliant Fusion, and then you get another level 4 to abuse. We've got our plant engine. We're running the triple Lone Fire Blossom, the double Orphan Scorpio. So essentially, you're running 5 Orphan Scorpios with a deck thin to boot. 45 cards. Spoiler alert, that's how many cards I'm running. 45 cards. So I did the combo, testing combo, opening hand with this card. This is 1 card and 4 to 5 other cards in your hand, depending on whether you go first or second. You send this grave, summon another copy, and then thin all the way down to this guy. And then you summon one of your copies of Cobra. I run 2 because it's the milling deck, and milling 1 is sad. So you go all the way down, send 3 copies to grave to summon one of these, then pitch your monster from hand to summon this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards out of your deck so far. Then you search Brilliant Fusion, which is 5, and then that sends 2 more cards. So 7 cards out of your deck, not counting the cards you draw. So you're down to 40 cards, 39 to 40 cards, depending on whether you go first or second, of course. Then you send 7 more cards, so that's going to put you at 32 to 33 cards in your deck. And it's a great way to deck thin and get stuff out of your deck, so you don't have to worry about being at an inherent disadvantage by having 45 cards in your deck. So I really like this engine, the Predator Plant Lone Fire engine, a lot. And then make a rank 3. You can make a Dante, you can make a Levier, whatever you need to further your plays. Next, we're running our obligatory Gem Knight bricks. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which ones you run. I guess you wanted to run him because he's the strongest. I think he has the highest defense, but that doesn't really matter. If you're running, you can run Lazuli to play this guy. I've seen that happen. If you could run the side-frame engine and run side-frame driver if you want to, and play Lazuli. I did that with the zombie deck. But if you're not running any of that, like normal monster stuff, you can just run any Gem Knights. I run 2 because they're bricks. Like, of course, drawing 1, you'd be sad. So I run 2. Last monsters, we run a Hand Traps, double Ghost Dagger, 1 Max C. I could run a Ghost Ash, but I kind of like Ghost Dagger a little bit better, just because it gets rid of cards like Ash negates it, which is cool. One time it's like terraforming, sorry, and other things like that. It's cool and all, but the I don't know, getting rid of the card just seems better in my opinion. This particular go around. Onto our spells, we've got the double charge of Light Brigade. We're in 2 Brilliant Fusion. You don't need 3, it's searchable. You really run 2, and so you can't up the chance of drawing it and not milling 1, or milling 1 and having another copy, but 3 can clog. So I run 2. Double Twin Twister. I wish I didn't have to run this card. Technically I don't, but back row can disrupt you. Like Solemn Strikes is very a lot of hate. Warnings, a lot of hate. So just getting rid of those types of cards is nice. Breakthrough Skill, also other things that can negate. Of course, True King stuff that disrupt you. You just open up and use this first before they do anything. Also outing stupid things like Imperial Order or Anti-Spell, which doesn't really hurt you that much, but I mean, you only run spells and monsters, so I mean, the option is there, and you just chain this to it. It's really nice. Onto our 1-off spells, the 1-off Brigade, Foolish, Soul Charge, Rhoda, and Raigeki. Not much else to say about these cards. They're at 1 for a reason. And that rounds out our main deck. Again, at 45 cards. It works out a lot. I tested it out recently. It's very fun. I enjoy it a lot. It's very, very spammy. And the advent of graphics greener just made it much more degenerate. So, I guess it's a necessary evil. I mean, it's necessary that they got rid of it, even though it's really good. Onto our extra deck, we played the 2 Minerva. Most people, I assume, played 1 back then because it wasn't easily accessible. But now that it is available at under $20 a piece, or under $1,000 for that matter, I play 2. You don't want to play 3 because her effect is a hard one per turn. The second one is just so you can have an additional, like, if one dies, you just make another one if you need a mill. We play that 1 Tsukiyomi, still really, really good. Anyway, anything that can extend combos is just amazing. And this does extend combos. You literally discard your hand and draw 2. Digs you deeper into your deck, all that fun stuff. Our rank 4 toolbox, we play the 1 Castel, the 1 Tornado Dragon, and the 1 Abyss Dweller as the best rank 4s that don't take up 2 slots in your deck. Sorry, Utopia. Emerald, I could run. I choose not to. Mostly because it's you can add cards back to your deck to draw a card, which theoretically could, I guess, further your combos, but you don't really need cards to go back in your deck. At least I don't think so, anyway. If I were putting anything back in my deck, it would be nice to put the spells back, but I'm only putting monsters back. I feel like that's not necessary, so I only play these rank 4 exceeds. We do play rank 3s. We play the one Dante and the one Levier, the Sea Dragon, for our Predator Plant engine, and you go into whichever one you need to further your combo. So Levier is really good if you were able to send a small zombie engine to grave like Mizuki and Solitaire prior to having to go into your rank 3, like if you made a Minerva and sent those to the grave. And then you go into Levier, bring back the Mizuki for further extension. Or if you happen to hit an open soul charge or something crazy like that, Levier is really good to go into. And we play our one, of course, Brilliant Fusion target. And for our synchros, we play double Omega. Cyframe Lord, of course. He's probably the best rank level 8 synchro monster to date. Yeah, to date. Crystal Wing, great. Beal's great, but none of them are generic. So, fuck them. Not really, but they're really cool. Beal, speaking of the devil, and our Red Dragon Archfiend, which is also really good. Helps OTK. You have just shy of 8,000 points of damage. He's a really, 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 really big Galaga Cowboy. And you play the level 7 Black Rose Toolbox, one of each. If I do decide to put in a Daigusto Emerald, I personally would cut this Black Rose Moonlight Dragon and run these 5 as my engine, as my synchro engine. But I prefer to have this because it outstings multiple times. It's not a single time use. So you use it once when you summon it, of course. If they were to summon something bigger than 5, bigger than level 4, then you get the option to bounce it back as well. So it's very, very useful. It's like a super Castel. And that'd be the deck, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. You can comment below with any suggestions you would think to put in the deck, other than I guess Emerald, of course. That's the obvious. Like and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.